I'm rolling.
Speed. Sound.
Episode 5, interview scene, take 2. Action.
Well, I think my dad was really into him when he was younger, like really into him, like owned all the albums, had the tattoo and everything, and I think he met my mum at one of his concerts actually. I remember that's what they bonded over, because they were saying that Voldemort's last album wasn't as good as his first release, but of course the first release wasn't on a major label like it was now. It was on an independent label. It was released on tape deck, which wasn't the style at the time. Everyone was still doing vinyl, and Voldemort was sort of a precursor to, I guess, the whole retro craze, and that's what they bonded over, because they really liked slavery. And slavery is very retro and very in right now. I mean, the Muggles are just really slaves to us, and I completely understand that. And I remember when a certain Muggle of a certain color sat on a certain bus and would not move. And I remember my parents saying that, good for her. But then they found out that she wasn't a witch, and they said, crucify her. But then they found out she wasn't a witch, so they couldn't, because that was the style at the time. I don't know, like, my thoughts on Voldemort, I mean, he's almost like an uncle to me, I mean, like an uncle you never see, or that's away for college or something, and he comes back and, oh, what have you got for me? And he says, oh, death. And, that's alright and everything, but, I don't know, like, I've just been thinking that, like, he's against Muggles, and I totally understand that, and he doesn't understand love, which is fine, but I wonder, does he not understand all types of love, or just certain types? I mean, look, I hate mudbloods, don't get me wrong, but I mean, they're allowed to love whoever they want. I mean, rats can love other rats, who cares what gender it is, am I right? I mean, all I'm saying is, if, I don't know, let's say like Harry Potter. If Harry Potter turned out to be in love with another wizard, not a witch, a wizard, I mean, could you really blame him? I mean, there's not a lot of women out there that deserve Harry Potter, and I mean, look, he's a prat. I know it, you know, we all know it, but the thing is that he's a prat with a lot of power, and I respect that, because I have a lot of power. Well, my father has a lot of power. Well, my father had a lot of power before he got thrown into Azkaban. There's a lot of power near my father.